Hey cops, don't do this.
Number 227. Stop.
Chase, where are you, Chase? He got his hands on it. We upstairs.
You're about to go to jail.
Here's a literal child getting jujitsu death gripped by this mall cop in Cobb County, Georgia. And to make matters worse, he knows the kid's young.
Where are you, Chase? He got his hands.
Listen here, we got a perp, he's 12 years old. That's the legal age where I will mess you up, kid, I said to myself. Also, just for the record, let's revisit why this child is being detained.
Number 227.
A 227 is a wants and warrants check. This cop is at a mall doing a wants and warrants check on a child he understands and acknowledges is 12 years old. And for those of you unaware, a wants and warrants check is conducted to figure out if the suspect you're apprehending has an arrest warrant issued, like a bench warrant a judge might sign for a person who fails to show up to their court date. How can you apprehend a 12-year-old and your first thought is, let's see if this little boy has warrants out for his arrest?
You're about to go to jail. You're gonna go to a youth detention center if you don't stop.
Also, shouts out to this little boy. Not gonna lie, I would be dealing with the situation much differently than he is right now if an officer had just latched onto my arm like a goddamn perched falcon. I mean, he has the wherewithal to be like, listen, officer, I got my rights, bitch.
He's not doing anything. He don't have.
Little man literally pulling a, am I being detained on this dude? Man, brings a tear to my eye. The youth.
He had his rights. He's not even doing anything right now, sir. And I have his father on the phone and you won't even speak to him.
Now, can you imagine continuing to hold on at this point as the pressure builds around you and you're surrounded by onlookers with cameras, coming to the realization that maybe you mishandled the situation by escalating it? And at this point, you have two options. You either back down or you double down. So I wonder which way this specific instance will go.
So what you doing let go of me? 'Cause I'm pretty sure my mind manners. I know
Man,
that.
now,
This kid's literally like, I'll mind my manners. I know my rights, please let go of me. How much more respectful can you be in dealing with the cop here? But alas, a second hero mall cop comes into the fold and puts his hands on the auntie, who was very clearly upset, but still respectful leading up to this moment, and everything changes after that.
get off in the hell. We don't like that, my nigga.
Man, another day full of freedom in America, where the Cobb County, Georgia Mall is free from the wrath of 12-year-olds and their aunties. I sure feel safe. Very cool, thank you, officers. Now, if you look at this entire interaction and think, yeah, they deserved it, then you might be beyond reason. It's very obvious that this person needs tremendous amounts of training, but also basic human empathy. But why is this cop treating a 12-year-old like a violent perp, you might ask? Well, there are actual studies conducted on the prevalence of white people overestimating the age of black people. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, black boys as young as 10 are often not viewed in the same light of childhood innocence as their white peers, but are instead more likely to be mistaken as older, be perceived as guilty, and face police violence if accused of a crime. A similar thing happened in a viral incident last week dubbed Cornerstone Caroline, where a white lady at a Brooklyn bodega accused a 9-year-old black boy of groping her.
That's right, the son grabbed my ass.
Like, how could you sit there, look directly at these two little bawling kids, and falsely accuse a 9-year-old of grabbing your ass? If that doesn't absolutely destroy your heart, you should go play in traffic. Seriously. Now, this seems like an issue that happens all the time, though. Like it happened with Reggie Fields, a 12-year-old who had cops called on him for mowing the wrong part of a yard. And while most of these altercations go unrecorded, the fact that police officers have a carte blanche approach to use force, even when dealing with children, is absolutely inexcusable. At its lowest impact, you create an environment of hostility in the community you're tasked with protecting and serving. In most unreported instances, you also end up putting these kids in the system when they're just minors. But in the worst case scenarios, the consequences can even mean death, like what happened with 12-year-old Tamir Rice, whose murderer recently was rehired by another police department, only to quit after public pressure. I guess what I'm saying is treat black children as regular children, please, and practice a bit more empathy, everyone. If you think police need desperate reform now, please share this video with your friends and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, catch me live at Twitch every day at twitch.tv/Hasanabi, and don't forget to support TYT by going to tyt.com/join. And this has been The Breakdown. You like this video? Great. Never miss another breakdown video by hitting the subscribe button below, and also ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new one.
Perfect.